FaceTime call, which is really cool. So they're going to be featured, and we're going to, like, chit-chat. You guys will see them. It's like a live FaceTime call. It's really the best way to explain it, or like a Skype call, kind of. So we're going to be chit-chatting, and all three of my guests have prepared a story. This show's theme is like trips, like road trips, kind of in specific. All of these people were traveling. Some crazy stuff happened in their travels, and they're going to be sharing stories. So they're all going to be sharing stories about, like, these crazy road trips, essentially. Except there's a catch. One of them is just completely lying. Like, completely and entirely lying. Made up story. And it's up to you guys to determine, like, who the fake storyteller is. So again, we're starting with Top Edge Ben, and then followed up by Caitlin, and then we're finishing up with Kim. And then we're going to have a little bit of a debrief. We're going to talk about, you know, in between, we're going to have, like, a little intermission. We're going to be like, all right, you guys, was that story truthful? And we're going to really pitch back and forth. I actually know who's the imposter, but I'm going to pretend like I don't. Because, you know, maybe I'll just, I forgot. Oh, who even knows? We don't know. We don't know at all. But yeah. So to start, are you guys ready? Are you guys as ready for this show as I am? Because I'm pretty ready. No, but yes. All right. And also, I kind of wasn't sure, like, what to wear. I was really trying to decide between, like, one of my shirts and then a Meet Me shirt. I was like, you know what? We're going to start off strong. We're going to start it with the Meet Me shirt. Like, we're going to start it off strong. But I do want to say a huge thank you to everybody that's hopped in so far. I appreciate you guys. If you guys are new here, hit that circle star button. Again, I want to relay. I really want to tell you guys, this is my pilot show. It's called Believe It or Not, which I think is, like, the best name. Because that's the whole point. You're either believing it or you're not. Which, it's great. Hi, Jeffrey. Yeah, and thank you, bouncers, for being here, and just everybody being here. So, and also, we're gonna little Christmas tree. Do you guys like my Christmas tree? I think it's very festive. Also, can you guys believe it is Christmas in 4 days? It's Christmas in 4 days. I was working today. You know what? Maybe before we start, I'll tell a little story of my own. It's not as crazy a story as the stories you're about to hear, but I was working today, and I'm just sitting there working on my laptop, and I just and I looked down the date, and I was like, it's the 21st already? I was like, when did that happen? Like, it just crept up, you know? Yeah, thank you guys for the gifts, though. It really did. I am terrified because I totally just sort of finished Christmas shopping. I'm the type of shopper where I'm like, you know, like I always add stuff to my cart. Oh, a wheel. But yeah, I'm going to try not to get distracted by gifts, but I'm kind of the type of person where I'm like, ooh, shiny, and I'd like just kind of a little bit. Thank you so much for the treat. I appreciate it. All right. So we've got the gang all in here. I am ready when you are, Ben. It's our first person in the box. Share a story. Ooh, we got our guest. Let's see if I could turn up my brightness a little bit more. And actually, really quickly, I'm going to turn the gift audio off because we don't want that to be too distracting. And we have Ben! Once he loads in.
Hello,
Hi!
beautiful.
How are you?
I just woke up, so we're here.
I just want to say a personal huge shout out to Ben! Everybody give him just a round of applause. Just type the clapping hands in the chat. Let's get that going. I'm honestly so excited. How are you feeling?
I'm nervous for you. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I don't care what anybody says. As being a streamer, once you get on a show, it's totally different.
No,
Totally.
I actually totally understand what you mean. Well, I really, 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 really appreciate you for being here. I really do. I love you for that.
I love you too.
All right.
Thanks
Well,
for
let's
being
get.
ride. So we gotta figure out if mine is the truth or a lie.
Ooh, yeah. You guys, what if we just started with a lie right off the bat? You
You
guys
never
don't know. You gotta stay and hear it all out. You gotta hear all the stories. And remember, Ben could be lying, or he could be telling an actual story. So to start off, Ben, so
All
this
right. I know.
a road trip story. Where you're driving. What was the beginning of this day? How did you start off this day?
All right. So, mind you, I was younger. I'm getting old now, people. So when I was about 22, I moved down to the beach. I was like, okay, let's live my life. Let's party for a while and see what happens. So I was like, okay, I came back home up near Philly. I said I need to come see my family for a little bit. So I was up here for a little bit, and I had to be back at work at 4. So mind you, I'm like, okay, it's Christmas. I mean, not Christmas, beach traffic. I was like, all right, well, I gotta leave at least 4 hours early. It takes 2 hours to get there.
Wait, you have to leave 4 hours early for beach traffic?
It's all okay, 95. Everybody knows pretty much 95. It's pretty much 95 all the way down. And if you get fucked on 95, can we curse? If you
Keep
get
it to a
screwed,
minimum if you can. It's okay. I know I'm gonna slip up a bit.
Sorry. If you get screwed on 95, you're screwed. So I was like, okay, let me leave early.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, 4 hours. It only takes 2 to get there. I'm driving. Like, all right. There's traffic everywhere. Mind you. So I get down, I'm about 30, 45 minutes out. There's 2 bridges that you have to make before you get to the beach. So I get on the one bridge. I'm like, all right. It's slowly moving. I drank about 6 cups of coffee, by the way, guys. So
6 cups
there's
of coffee.
6 cups. I used to be a big before I was a big beer drinker. I used to be a coffee drinker.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No.
How do you like your coffee?
Black, no sugar.
Really?
Black.
22 years old, you're like, black coffee. That's
Black
it.
coffee, super dark, super strong, super jittery. We love it.
Ooh, yeah, no, I don't know if I could ever get to that point.
Yeah, so I'm in the car like this. I'm like, all right, we're getting there.
You got all this coffee just brewing in the chamber. A little bit of foreshadowing, guys. I'm not even gonna cap.
If you could imagine, it'd be beautiful. So, there's a little island in between the 2 bridges. So I'm stuck on this island. I'm like, I have to freaking pee. There's no way I'm getting out in front of 100 cars, out in front of everybody to go pee. I'm like, if I get arrested on a bridge for going pee because I drank too much coffee, I'm going to die. As a man, everybody has male friends. I grabbed a water bottle.
So, again, you guys, anyone that just hopped in, so Ben is like on an island, literally between 2 bridges. Literally has absolutely nowhere to go. He's got no options. He's surrounded by cars, like a New York City, like, movie screenshot. He's literally surrounded by cars. Literally has absolutely nothing he can do. He's had like 6 pots. I'm gonna just say 6 pots of coffee. He's got all this coffee, and he's sitting there like, I gotta do something. So this is what he does.
Well, I grab a water bottle, per usual, thinking we can fill one. Well, I'm in the middle of using the bathroom while I'm sitting there. Okay. Well, I filled it. Sorry, it's a little gross.
Wait!
I didn't have another one.
Bottle?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I didn't have another one ready.
Oh no!
I peed all over myself.
Oh no!
I'm stuck on this bridge. Mind you, as like a toddler Ben, just pee everywhere. Work. I had to be at work. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm on the bridge. You guys can see me on the bridge. You can see all the cars. Well, there's me up there with piss all over myself. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? I got to go to work. So I go home. I rush home, call work. Like, I peed all over myself. I got stuck in the car.
Your job. You said straight up, you're like, hey, you know, I'm going to be late.
What are you
Had
gonna
an accident. Not the car kind, but there was a car involved.
Are you gonna lie, or are you gonna say, So I went home, took a shower, showed up to work, and it probably was the biggest laughing joke that week.
Aww.
Myself. But it was a little rough, let me tell you. Oh, imagination.
I love the rainbow.
I call it.
Really cute.
I bet.
So what do you guys think?
What do you think? Is mine a truth, a lie? What do we think? Did we write down notes, people?
Oh yeah, did you guys take notes? I'm genuinely curious. Did anybody take notes? Oh, Santa took notes.
2 more
I
stories.
think Dario took notes too. Got all the details. There were a lot of juicy details. May I dare say. There were a lot of details there. What do you guys think? Was Ben believable or was he not? We've got looks like a bit of doubt in the comments.
Now, if you know me, you know me, but if you don't know me.
We really could have just started with a liar.
You never know. I could be totally bullshitting this.
Completely. Hi, Mac. My little sister came in. That's my little sister, guys.
Oh my god, hi! Oh, I'm sorry. I got so excited.
That's fine. Who likes black coffee? Straight monster.
Sure.
Oh my god, Caitlin. Well,
Lion.
at 22 too. That's a very specific detail.
Now here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now we gotta figure it out.
I don't know.
Now,
Oh,
who's next?
Dario, what are you thinking? Was that true? Do you think that was an Dario, you don't know. What do you think, Dario? Do you think Ben was telling the truth? They're saying look into the camera.
Look into my eyes, Nicole.
Oh, well, thanks, Holly. All right. Black coffee, ew. All right,
Yeah,
so run over.
Black coffee.
Mm.
Well, in there, nobody believes anything. Who knows?
Right, what if that little detail was a lie? No, I'm joking. The whole story would pretty much be a lie. But regardless of if that story was a lie or not, it was a great story, Ben. And I think, not just me, I think we all really loved that story. So let's go over kind of like the key points. So we're just going to lock it in everybody's brain. So, with Ben's story, he starts off, he's a young 22-year-old partying. He's like, I want to go to the beach. He's at a beach. He's chilling, having the time of his life. And he was like, oh, I got to go into work. But his route, is it route or route? Would you say it's route or route?
Depends on where you live. It's just like color can be spelled different.
True. That was poetic. I love how you casually just sent the 100. Oh, I'm chilling. Route. You say route. Oh, okay. But, so Ben's route, or route, whichever floats you guys' boats. So he had to drive basically from like a chunk of land, bridge, island, bridge, land. So there are 2 bridges. But there was all this beach traffic. All these people, I guess it was a really nice day because all these people are at the beach. So Ben, he's going, he crosses one bridge. Yay, Ben, he did it. He gets stuck. I love the notes. That's going to be the best emoji during this show. So he crosses one bridge and he literally just gets stuck on an island in between, all this traffic. Did they like close the bridges too, or it's just back to bumper?
There's 2 ways in. So there's a bridge at 1st Street and there's a bridge at 54th Street. So you can't.
Oh, okay.
It's an island, so you're screwed.
Right.
So imagine, let's just put out there if you had to take a number 2. What kind of situation you'd be in? Now I gotta write notes, guys. Make you think a little bit longer there.
Write notes. These are some good details. But he could just be making them all up. You guys would never know. You'd never know. He really could be. He really could be. So he's driving. Has all this. He actually drank like all this coffee. Black coffee, mind you. He said it was black coffee. And he has all this coffee in him. Black coffee! So then he gets stuck between these 2 islands and he has, like, to go. He's a human.
Go.
What goes in's gotta come out.
Gotta come out.
Black coffee, no sugar. I know, no sugar. There was no sugar in that coffee. But basically, he had an accident. And not the car kind. Although there was a car involved. Then he was late to work. Bop, bop, bop. Kind of crazy. Who can say they got stuck in a car on an island? And then that.
And then that. So, do you believe me? Do you not?
Do you believe me? Or do you not? And now my other sister joined. Because I have
other sister. And now who's next? Miss Caitlin?
Yeah, so actually next we have Caitlin. So we just finished up Ben and his story. Again, everybody just type like the little cute clapping emoji. Honestly, that emoji is so cute. Give Ben a round of applause. Yes! Oh, look at all the, yes! High five.
I love you.
All right, thank you so much for sharing.
Very welcome. Guys, write notes. Don't forget. Might be lying.
Oh, yeah, he could be lying. Definitely could be lying. We don't know. All right, so next up, after Ben, we have Caitlin. Also, guys, feel free to just keep those comments going while these lovely friends of mine are sharing their stories. Keep them going. Be like, oh, I don't know, that's kind of sus. Honestly, oh yeah, just alert. Just be lurking in there. What's going to happen? What's going on? Who's lying? Yeah, we don't know if Ben's lying or not. We really don't. But next up, we have Top Edge Caitlin. Also, I totally forgot to mention it while Ben is sus. You never know. There's only one liar, though. 2 people are telling the truth. But also, guys, do me a huge favor and hit Ben with a favorite. Right there. Right there, Ben. Hit him with a favorite. Really great streamer. Totally have to give him a shout out. And huge thank you for coming in. So now we have Caitlin. Let's get her in here. Hello,
my lighting a little bit. My lighting is probably all messed up right now. Hold on.
You know, that's really funny that you said that because right when I was live, I was like, I feel like my lighting just looks weird today. Thank you.
Maybe I should keep it like this because this is kind of ominous looking. I'm not gonna lie.
It kind of is. You could use it for you.
This is kind of storytelling light right here, isn't it?
It kind of is. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
We're rolling with it, guys. We're rolling with it.
Doing it. Before we get started, actually, if you want, do you want to like go ahead and plug your show that's coming up soon?
Let's do it at the end of my story. How about that? And that way we don't get too off track.
Thank you guys for the gift.
Because I'm ready. I'm ready to tell this story.
You're ready. You're ready. All right. You know what?
I've been ready all day.
Thank you guys for the gifts. Okay, so Caitlin, what is the setting of your story? What's a bit of foreshadowing? Where do we begin?
Okay. So mine is kind of prefaced by a sad story because the reason I was traveling was because my grandpa passed away. And this was back in the winter of 2018. And we had my grandparents and like all of my family, most of my family, not every single part, but a lot of my family lives in Wisconsin. So Santa's. I feel like I should just turn off the comments. There we go. Because this is going to be really distracting. It's really hard. As a streamer, you can't help but look at the comments like 600 times.
I totally know. I'm trying my best. I'm like, oh.
Okay, so there's most of my family lives up there in Wisconsin. So it's basically a like 7 to 8 hour drive up to where my grandparents live. My grandma obviously is only surviving, and then literally she's my only surviving grandparent this time. So when he passed, we had to make a trip up to Wisconsin for his funeral, which was obviously not planned. So we all had to kind of get together, and everyone had to put all their pieces and ducks in a row to get up there. Right. In a timely fashion. They actually ended up like postponing the funeral because we all couldn't get everything in like one piece, if that makes any sense. Like we all had to like tell our work like, okay, I need bereavement time, this, that, and the other thing. Oh, and right. Because we all live, well, me, my mom, and my sister all went together in on the trip. So, and my son, obviously. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we left my son at home, you guys, like home alone. We thought that'd be a good idea, but no, we brought him too. So
wait, so when was this? Was this like last year, 2 years ago?
No, 2018. So this was in the winter of 2018. Yeah, or not quite, not like the deep winter, but like November. So like November going into December.
Gosh, so it was kind of like leaves are changing. It's getting
but in Wisconsin it gets pretty cold pretty fast. But it was still kind of like that crisp time before it really starts to like that heavy. They get the heavy snow up there.
I'm right next to Wisconsin. I'm his neighbor. Like, hello, buddy. Like, oh, I thought it was. No, okay.
Yeah, no.
I get like 5 layers.
Oh, it gets so cold up there. So cold, like make you feel like you can't breathe type of cold. But so we all had to get all of our schedules aligned, so that we made contact with everybody else, and kind of we were sort of the extenuating circumstance of we need you guys to postpone it so we could make it up there, but we don't want to miss the service. So
right.
We all finally, I can't even remember exactly what day of the week it was because it's been 2 years. So I think I think that the service was on a Saturday. I believe it was on a Saturday because that would it was on a Saturday. So we were traveling the day before. So on a Friday, we traveled up on a Friday and we left early in the morning, but you basically travel all day when you do that. So anyways, that's all just the prefacing details of the story. It's not super important because the crazy parts are during the trip.
Yeah,
the road trip.
No, I know it's coming up, and honestly, I'm pretty excited for it because.
Well, and there's all these other factors too, is because like traveling with at that time 4-year-old my son has special needs, so that kind of becomes a little bit troubling too because he was actually very well behaved. All things considered, he was very well behaved. He did what he was supposed to, which was to keep quiet, play on his tablet, and then play with his toys and books and everything that we brought with. And just be chill, and he actually did pretty good considering. I think that honestly, we had the worst reaction to the situation of anything. Okay, so we leave it to the 4-year-old to act like the adult. Great. Okay, so we had nothing really of a significant value happen between like where I live, which I'm not going to say where I live because privacy reasons on the app, but let's just say that I live in a state that's south of Wisconsin.
Right.
So on our way from my state up to Wisconsin, nothing super significant happened until we got to was a city called Wausau. So Wausau, Wisconsin, and we had made several stops along the way, but we stopped in Wausau, Wisconsin because my grandma needed a couple of things that from the gas station or from a convenience store of some kind. Mm-hmm. And so we stopped at the Quick Trip in Wausau. It's one of the gas stations. I don't know if you guys have heard of Quick Trip. That's obviously different gas stations everywhere. Some places have Speedway. We have Speedway here. There's Kroger, blah, blah, blah. So we stopped at a Quick Trip gas station in Wausau. And so we got the few things that my grandma needed. We went to the bathroom. We got my son out. We changed him. We needed to kind of regroup and say, okay, we're almost there. But it's another 40.
It's a road trip.
No, that's like the worst. That's the worst part of a road trip is being so freaking stiff in the car. But so we had another 45. It's like about 45-minute drive from Wausau to where my grandma lives. And
so literally like the last little bit, like
the last little leg of the trip. Yeah, the last little leg of the trip, and we were almost there. We had to stop in the city to get, because I mean, when you get out to where my grandma lives, there's nothing. And when I mean nothing, like there's not a house, like another house for like a mile down the road. So like
Wow,
if something,
really?
yeah. So it takes an ambulance 45 minutes to get to her house if something happens in that area, and it kind of scares me.
Actually.
It is. No, it really is. It truly is. I don't like the idea at all. I don't even like going out there because I worry about like my grandma living out there because she's by her flipping self. What's the cat gonna do? Call 911? Oh, we got an emergency. Grandma's down. She's broke her hip. No, like she's out there by her damn self. So that does freak me out. But yeah, she's really stubborn and she won't leave the house. She won't leave the house because she's lived there. And that's where she lived before my grandpa passed, and like all the memories and everything are there.
There, yeah.
It's hard for her to leave, and like plus there's all this garbage, not garbage, but they have a lot of junk, and they have like all these projects my grandpa used to do, like a ginseng farm and like all this different things, like equipment.
That they get all these tools and then they just do a bunch of stuff with it. They just do everything.
Yeah, and then they think that you want anything to do with that when they pass away. Like you just have to get rid of all that junk. Like I mean, you're not gonna go take up ginseng planting and make a fortune off of it, which is what he wanted to do, among other things, like he tried making wine once. He tried making rice.
Oh, that's
like he was an entrepreneur at heart, but it was all like it was like me trying to sell leggings. It just didn't work out.
Oh my God, Caitlin.
Okay, so I love that I can't even see the comments. I don't care what anybody's even saying about any of this.
They're just laughing. They just being all cute, and I'm honestly trying not to laugh because they keep putting like little notes emoji, and I think that is just the funniest thing in the world.
It's probably Santa Claus's lurker, isn't it? Okay, so
yeah.
Well, no, I saw it before I got. Everybody's doing notes now.
They're all
that can be your thrown out emoji. Be like, let me see those notes, guys. Let me see those notes.
Oh yeah, that would be cute. Yeah, guys, let's see the notes. Are you guys taking
the notes? Okay, so where were we at? Okay, so basically we're 45 minutes away. We stop at the gas station, and we get everything we need. We pack back up in the car. We did all the stuff that we need to do. We get back in the car, and then we get on the road, and we're traveling, but like a lot of the roads are not like great out in the country, so you kind of have to drive slow. You kind of have to drive sort of like.
That's true. Oh, I can only imagine out in Wisconsin because they probably don't have a lot of like.
Well, they don't plow. I mean, there was not like there had been like a couple snowfalls, I think, but nothing like major because you don't know what you're going to have until you get there.
Right.
It's not like we drive on those roads every day. So my mom was at that point was kind of driving kind of slow. It was like around dusk, and she had at the gas station she had checked all the like we had checked all the stuff at like in like around the car too. Like my mom likes to check all the tires and all of that stuff, but she forgot. Like she thinks that she forgot to put one of the little like stem plugs back like on
like
yes like a little stem that you take off the wheel like when you check like all that because she
yeah I think
because like she checks all that stuff and she'll take all the she's like a perfectionist, don't even ask, but she like takes all the plugs off and like presses on the tires and all this that and the other thing. She's paranoid about like something happening, especially right before we're about to go out into the country. So the gravel roads out there are really bad, especially with my grandparents' driveway. It's about like a half of a mile long of a gravel road. It's long, and you have to drive.
Driveway.
They repaved it, and it's literally when you're driving on this road, it's like this.
Oh my God, I hate that.
So she was like being all prepared. We did all that stuff at the gas station, but then we get down the road, and she's like, I think I forgot to do this. So she gets out of the car. She pulls off the side of the road. Excuse me. She pulls off the side of the road. She gets out of the car to check something, and then she's doing all that, and I was in the back seat with my son because his car seat's back there. My sister was in the front seat. She was asleep because my sister, no matter where we go, no matter what we do, always falls asleep in the car. I can't fall asleep ever, but she always falls asleep. 15-hour drive to Florida. She took the entire front seat. The entire front seat of the van that we took to Florida when we went to Florida once. She took the whole front so she could sprawl all the way out and sleep in the car. Wow. And she made me sit in the back the whole time because you're the younger one. You get shafted. It's fine. Anyway, so she gets out of the car to check all of that, and then she kind of like heard some like rustling in like because like we're at this point we're already out in the country.
You're out in the woods, basically.
Yeah, we're out in the woods basically, and she hears some rustling. So she's like, "Oh God, like what was that?" Like, because there's all kinds of creatures and everything. You've got bobcats, turkeys, you've got wild deer. Not city deer, the wild deer, the ones who don't give a crap. They don't stop and wait for your car to come across the road like the city deer do.
No,
And if you guys know what I'm talking about, city deer stop. They stop and they wait and they look.
And they're polite.
And they're polite. No.
What's up, dude?
These deer are not smart. They're dumb. They just go whee! They jump across the road. They get struck by, whatever. So,
They do.
Yeah.
They're terrifying, actually.
No, they really are. So anyways, but this doesn't involve a deer. It's worse than that and more scary. Like one of my mom's actual worst fears, because it's happened to her once when she was younger. This happened to her before, but it happened to her on an ATV instead of like a vehicle. But so she got back in the car. She's like, I don't know what I just heard, but I got back in the car. And then we see like a freaking brown bear come out and like charge like towards our car. So my mom just threw that I almost said a bad word. She threw the freaking car and drove. She's like, she skirted the heck out of there. But then like it kind of started to like do that thing where they run after you for a few seconds, but then it stopped and it like went back off of the road. But the only thing we could think of is that potentially where my mom pulled over was close to like wherever her and her cub or cubs were like at. So but we saw, I think it was a brown or black bear. I think it was brown, but it's been a hot minute. But yeah, so long story short, we got chased by a freaking bear.
Bears I don't know if you guys have ever been near a bear. I've never been near a bear. But I mean, those things are, that's the size of the car probably that you guys are in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was crazy. So then finally we made it back. We made it back to my grandparents' house, and all was well. But everybody was safe, and we made it safe to my grandparents' house. Even though being out there, you don't even know, like when I go outside at my grandparents' house, I still call it that, even though it's just my grandma. But when I go outside, and I go outside at night, I actually go outside and I yell. I go, because I'm so afraid that there's going to be wild animals out there. I'm telling you, it's like that there's going to be something out there. I'm 100%, 120% paranoid, especially after that event, that there's going to be something out there to attack me if I go out there to get my charger out of the car or
right.
I actually come outside and I yell.
That's a really good idea, though. Just scare them off.
No, yeah, they're supposedly they're more afraid of you than you are of them, but
yeah, well, say that to the bear that's 5 times bigger than us.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm done. That's it. We're gonna end I'm ending the story there because I'm long-winded now. I gotta finish my Panda Express.
Ooh. Speaking of bears. Much love, Britt. Thank you for hopping in. I know that it's crazy late. I just want to give us a little pause.
I say a lot no matter what, Santa. It's nerve-wracking being up in this box, okay?
I'm going to give like a little teeny tiny quick pause button and just give my sister Britio a huge shout out, because she is watching all the way from Europe in Germany, and
that's so cool.
Like 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning for her, and she has an almost 2-year-old child. So huge shout out to her for making it to my first show, especially with that crazy time difference. So love you, sister. Thank you so much for hopping.
Soft clap so we don't wake up her child.
That's
about to be a bad word, but I'm not gonna say it.
And thank you for the tacos. And they eat you. All right. Well, let's go over. We have had 2 stories at this point. We've had Ben's story, and now we've had Caitlin. Remember, guys, there's a 3rd guest, and that is Miss Kim. We have a 3rd guest that's gonna be Miss Kim, and she's gonna be on in just a little bit. But we're gonna go over the 2 stories that we've had so far. So Ben, and don't forget, somebody's lying, and we don't know if it's Ben, we don't know if it's Caitlin, or if it could be Kim. Kim hasn't even shared her story, but one of them is just a lie, straight and completely made up. What do you guys think more about Caitlin's story, though? So you guys saw Ben's story. What do you think about Caitlin's? What do you guys think?
Oh, OG just got here. He doesn't know what's going on, I don't think.
Oh, sure.
OG, so basically I told a story about a travel, like a travel story on the road, and then
Trip.
previously before me, Ben told his story about a trip or like a time where he was navigating somewhere, and we basically have to decide who's telling the truth and who's telling the lie. But there's three storytellers, and one of us is lying, and there've been 2 stories so far.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to go over mine real quick, or do you want to go ahead and? No,
Yeah.
I want to hear your version. No, your version is cuter. Let me hear you talk for a little bit.
Okay, let's go. All right, so I'll start with Ben just to keep it in a chronological order. So Ben's story, to give you guys like a little bit of bullet points. So Ben, basically his car trip was, he was driving from a beach, and there was just all the traffic, like bumper to bumper, like hundreds of cars, like all this traffic, and he was driving from like a really popular beach back to, like, he was actually going to work, and he was kind of running, well, he was running late because he ran into traffic, even though he left way early.
Yeah,
So
4 hours early. Beach
you can
traffic.
picture there's like a mainland here, there's an island here, and there's a mainland. So there were like 2 bridges. So he went through the first one just fine. Oh, that's my dad. So he went through the first one just fine, and he got stuck on this island. On like either it was like on the island or like right on. He was on the bridge actually. He was on the second bridge, and was literally trying to get to his job. But he had to go pee, like horribly bladder bad. It's bad as you. And he had to go pee, but he's on a bridge. Like, what are you gonna do on a bridge surrounded by hundreds of cars? So Ben, at the time 22, is like, oh, I'm just gonna pee in a bottle. He fills the entire water bottle, and then, woo, gets it all over himself. Then, long story short, he was late to work, and they all knew he peed himself. And it's like, woo! But
and that's Ben right there. So give him a favorite for his.
Yeah, that I was just about to say. That right there. Hit him with a favorite, and also make sure to hit Caitlin with a favorite. And then when Kim gets in, make sure to hit him with a favorite as well. I can't believe that. It could be true, could be a lie. It's up to you guys to decide. And then as for Caitlin's story, we're gonna talk about Caitlin's story. Essentially, to give it like a little bulletin list, Caitlin's story. She was, unfortunately, on a road trip. It was her son, who at the time was 4, her sister, and her mom. And they were all driving. Unfortunately, her grandfather had passed away, so they were driving up north to some family through her grandma's house. I know, rest in peace. But on the drive there, basically, they got charged by like a grizzly bear on like a tiny little pit stop that they decided to make.
Brown bear. Don't call it. It wasn't a grizzly bear. It was a brown bear. Brown bear or black bear. I don't remember which color it was. It was one of those two.
Big bear, and it was mad.
In the middle of the country. It was not a good deal.
So it gave them quite a scare, and then luckily everyone was fine. They went on their merry way. So, yeah.
Hi, Sam.
It's up to you guys, though. If you think one of them's lying, Kim could be the liar. You guys don't know. But yeah, thank you so much. I just want to say a personal thank you. So thank you so much, Caitlin.
You're very welcome.
I really appreciate it.
Do you want me to do my plug now?
Oh, yes. Thank you for
Okay, so basically, quick intermission for plug. Obviously, this is the very first episode of on December 28th. It's basically going to be like a game of Clue, sort of kind of like this, but a totally different concept in its own way. So we're going to call it Get a Clue with Caitlin. That's the proposed name.
Cutest name ever.
So what's going to happen in my show is that we're going to have 3 proposed suspects, and they're all going to be like profiled in a way that gives you all the details about their life and gives you all the kind of the background information, motive and opportunity, and those types of things that I'm going to present to the audience as like, these are our 3 suspects, this is the crime, so we're going to like talk about the case and like what happened during the crime. And that's going to be the first part of like this first segment of the first show. And then the second segment, like the second half of the show, we're going to get 3 people or 2 to 3 people in the box, I haven't quite decided yet, as witnesses. And they're going to talk about like, they could be either a character witness, or they could be like a witness of the actual crime. And they could kind of like give their background story as to what they saw or didn't see, or the background on like one of the witnesses or something, you know, or one of the suspects, excuse me. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be, and that's going to be the second part of the show. And then it's going to be a bi-weekly thing. So the first episode will encompass all those things. So presenting the case, the suspects, and then basically talking to the people who might know something about the case. Secondary to that, we're going to go into basically an overview of everything that happened in the last episode. So we're going to go over the whole case file, show all the details again, talk about the suspects, talk about everything that our witnesses said, and then we're going to get people in the box. After we show all the evidence and all that stuff, we're going to get 1 to 2 people into the box to speculate on it. So kind of like what you guys are doing in the chat, except for we're going to do it in the box, and we're going to have people tell their theory of the case. And at the very end, we'll have the big reveal. So yeah, everybody in the chat is going to be my little detectives in the way of, but we're going to be solving crimes instead of telling stories. So it's going to be something totally, totally different. But there's going to be things like heists, burglaries, disappearances. We might escalate someday to like hostage situations. Chris cleared me to talk about murder, but I don't want to get too gory. And I have made the promise that we will never, ever talk about anything involving children. So say for that. We'll never talk about anything involving children or like anything of that nature.
Too much.
Nothing too gory, nothing too terrible.
Basically, Law and Order
edition. Yes. Yeah. Paula, thank you. So yeah, that's my emoji in the chat right there, guys. Is that carousel horse? So, but whenever we have my show, we're gonna be throwing out little detectives because you guys are gonna be the little detectives. So little detectives.
Look forward to that show. So, Caitlin, when was that show again?
December 28th, Monday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, that's perfect because it's kind of like a night show too.
Dun dun dun.
Oh yes, that's the perfect emoji.
That's it right there.
I love it.
The boy or the girl.
True. I love that.
That's the gist of mine. And thank you for giving me the platform to talk about it for a minute.
Of course. Night people. I honestly switch between everything. But yeah,
right.
Guys, again, make sure to favorite Ben right there. He was our first guest and our first storyteller. Make sure to favorite Caitlin, our guest right now. And also our second storyteller.
And favorite Ebby.
Oh yeah.
She's the star right there. See that? I mean, she's the star. Excuse me.
And that's Kim, and she's about to come up in just a second.
All right. Well, I guess that's my exit. I get to go finish this orange chicken, which I didn't get any sweet and sour sauce for. Tragic.
Oh, rip.
Much love, everybody. Thank you guys all for coming. Those of you who came from my side, thank you for coming to support Ebby, and thank you for coming to watch me. And Santa's Lurker, thanks for keeping those comments going, even though you're very skeptical. Very skeptical, Santa.
That's hilarious. But yeah, again, huge shout out to Caitlin and huge shout out to Ben, and also huge shout out to Kim, who's about to get here in just a second. So anyone that hopped in and you're wondering, goodness, Aya, what is going on? You're lurking and you don't know what's happening. That's actually the best gift to send during this show. I have always loved that gift, but now I have like a huge love for that gift. Yes, this is our new show. This is a pilot show, so we're testing to see how it goes. If we do well, if people are like actually sitting and watching and the comments are going, which thank you guys so much. They are. All the love and support, you guys are the best. They need a sus gift. Ooh. Like a criminal, like he can open up a door and like da-da-da, and like poke his head out and have a little music. That'd be great. Thank you, Thea, for the buzz. The robber. Oh yeah, there is a robber. That's a lot though. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll pitch it. Oh, Craig, actually, before we get Kim on, this might be a good chance. Craig, if you are ready, this is actually is MF Craig. I always suspect Dario. Actually, Craig, if you are ready, because I know that you're about to start your show in a bit, I could have you pop in for just a quick second. So you guys, I actually wanted to do my friend Craig and help him out because he's about to have his pilot show just like me, like how we're having ours now. His starts at 8, so his starts in literally like 12 minutes. So I'm going to have him in here just to give you a little rundown, little kind of sneaky guest, and then we're having Kim up here. Hello, Craig!
I know I forgot to, even message at all about it. It's been kind of crazy. But hi, everybody. Hello. Sorry, I'm a little late. I was meaning to come in here and view
the
rest of it.
Show's literally about to start. I'm just glad we can get you in.
I know. I even put on a button-up shirt for this. Like I don't even know what to do. But I do appreciate you helping me out and having me here, so that way we can promote my show as well as yours. So I, Ben, and Caitlin and everyone, am doing a show called Wish You Were Beer. So what we are going to be doing is beer tasting from all over the world. Tonight we have 2 beers that are actually United States beers, but they are holiday beers. So they, it's a little bit of twist for the holiday season. They both these beers are only released for the holidays, so that's what we're going to be doing. So it's not about inebriation, it's about education. So that's the biggest thing. It's not about inebriation, but about education. So we are going to be tasting these beers, and if you guys know anybody that are local brewers, anything, have them reach out to my Instagram at CraigGang151, and they can, send me a message. They can send me their beer, and we can have them in the box, taste test, all that stuff. So that's what we're doing.
That could be really, really fun, and that sounds really, really cool. I knew you were doing a beer show, but I didn't know like all the details of it. So I'm learning this just as you guys are. I think that's awesome.
I know, So I mean, everyone knows I'm a beer enthusiast, more a Budweiser. But I love my Budweiser, but I also do like other beers. I just always talk about Budweiser. And we're going to start taste testing beers, and I'm going to keep a record and a log of all of them that we're going to do on the show. And we're going to have hopefully some cool people come in and hopefully make some beer drinkers out of others, because there's not just, what most people consider nasty tasting beers. There's actually some flavorful beers out there that you can get. No way the background was, that background was definitely an accident. So, but I'll let you get back. You got 10 minutes left. I do appreciate you letting me in the box.
Of course.
And guys, everyone, make sure you guys hit that favorite button and light up the stage, y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course. All right, well, that was Craig. Quick little interlude. So again, right before we get Kim out here, gonna shorten the stories a little bit. So Ben's story. His story, basically, he was driving, got stuck on a bridge, accident, bam, bam. Caitlin got chased by a bear. Goodness gracious, oh me, oh my. And now we have Kim. Everybody clap for Kim. We forgot the clap for Craig. Clap for Craig and Kim. Send the clap emoji, clap for Craig and Kim. Oh my god, of course, Jay. Remind me right after Kim. I got you. Just balancing everybody. All right, Kim, let's talk about your story. Your story is honestly probably the most wild one. Like, Ben's was pretty wild. Caitlin's was pretty wild. But Kim, yours almost, I almost gotta say win. Not that it's a competition. But yours is pretty crazy, too. All right, so let's start. Where was kind of beginning part in all of this?
Okay, so it all started right here in my bedroom. I was sitting here one night 2 years ago in December, so it was practically 2 years ago.
Oh, wow, okay.
And,
let's go.
And I decided, you know what, I'm bored, and I've got about 3-4 days off of work. So why don't I and I knew my friend was finishing his tours, and I knew my other friends from Florida were driving up to surprise him, and I was just like, let me look at bus tickets and see how much they are. And so I decided to, spur of the moment, just jump on and buy these tickets for the bus, the Greyhound bus.
Mm-hmm.
And I took, and I packed up my bag, and I was just like, the next day I was on a bus to New York City and I got to New York City, and there was I was waiting to board the bus to get to go to North Carolina, and this guy was telling me like, oh, you're fine, you don't need a bag tag for your bag, you're fine. I'm just like, okay. And then all of a sudden, like 5 minutes right before boarding the bus, the guy comes back and he's like, oh, you need a bag tag. So everybody's just like, what? That's messed up. And so literally I'm just running across Port Authority, and everybody's watching me, and then there were some cops just like staring me down as I'm running up the escalator to the second floor to where the bag tag is, and it was just hilarious because
I totally just knocked something over. Continue
okay.
to find my slip up.
And so I get back down to the the gate where the bus is, and the people, and they almost shut the door right before me, but everybody was just like, we held it for you. We made sure that because everybody was just like sticking up for me like right before I left.
That's awesome. I love when people do that. So basically, you were like, ran into some BS, had to go grab a thing, luggage tag, essentially for like your luggage, or a bag tag, and all these people were like, we're gonna save you. We're gonna keep this bus for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, get on the bus. It was like a overnight ride. I didn't get to North Carolina till about 10 a.m. the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And we had rest stops in between, and we stopped at this one rest stop in Richmond, Virginia, and there's this little girl who was on the bus the whole entire time,
Mm-hmm.
who just had this connection with me. I don't know, but she kept vibing off me. She was like 9 years old or something.
Aww.
And she just kept wanting to talk to me, and I was just like looking at her mother like, and her mother was just kind of like, it's okay, she can talk to you. I'm just like, okay. So we're just like, so like in the rest stop, she's just like asking me questions. She's like following me. I went to go get food, and she's just like followed me. I'm just like, and then
like your little buddy.
Yeah, my little ride buddy, and
Oh,
they were actually going to the same place as me, so it was just like,
oh, that's nice.
so it was like, I had this little friend with me along the way. And so one stop before my final stop, I all of a sudden start feeling sick. And the little girl is just like, are you okay? And I'm just like, I don't know. And then I'm just like starting to walk to the front of the bus, and because the bus was at a stop, and I'm just like, and the bus driver was off the bus, so I'm just like, can we just get going so we get to the stop? And I'm just like dying. And then all of a sudden, and so like basically I got off the bus at my destination. I had no idea where I was. I'm a big fan of using Google Maps.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Google Maps girl.
So basically, I was just looking at my phone like I knew I wanted to go to get some lunch because I was hungry and my friends from Florida hadn't arrived yet and I was waiting for them to pick me up to go to the hotel. So I was like, let me go to Buffalo Wild Wings. And I thought it was like a short walking distance, so I started walking like 2 blocks. And then I realized, oh, it's much farther than it is. I'm gonna get an Uber. So I got an Uber and I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. They hadn't opened yet, so I'm just like sitting out there, and then my friends arrived. I got to the hotel, and my hotel room had a heater that was literally flying ashes out of it, burning ashes, and the front desk manager would not give me a refund or switch my room. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go stay in my friend's room. So
right, yeah, I know. I really wouldn't have wanted to stay in that room either.
I was just like, this room is not safe. So then we went to the show. Surprised my friend. I'm not sure if he actually even remembered me. I don't know, or if he was playing stupid or what. So I ended up booking a flight from Atlanta to get home. So I had to take a bus from South Carolina to Atlanta. And so I had to take a bus from South Carolina to Atlanta, and there was a donkey that just randomly came into the middle of the road in one of the rural areas of Georgia. And
donkey walks right on in there. He's like, he wanted to figure out what was going on, huh?
Yeah, he was just like, he was just like, it's a bus. Maybe it'll take me somewhere.
That too.
So yeah, I made it to Atlanta. I got to the airport, decided I wanted some more Buffalo Wild Wings. So I was sitting in the airport eating Buffalo Wild Wings for a long time. Got on the plane, finally. I had bought a bag of Fritos right before I boarded. After we took off, my bag of Fritos blew up.
Oh, really?
Like it literally just.
Never heard of that. Like the air compression, it just like pop in your face.
Yeah. Well, it from like just going up, it just got big and it just like.
What? That's crazy.
It was so crazy, and then I just flew home and got home, and I was able to go to work the next day because
it's an adventure then.
And that's basically my story.
Oh, well, everybody, clap Kim. Applaud Clem. Gosh, I can't speak. Clap. Give Kim applause. Oh my God. Take 5 for Ebby. Great job, Kim. That was an awesome story. All right, you guys. Everybody is sus. I love that, like, I honestly think the person who lied got away with it. But I might be speaking that. I might be speaking a little early, but I just want to say I am so proud of all of my guests. They all told really fun, really interesting, really detailed, really riveting stories. Even though I knew the stories, I was sitting on the edge of my seat. Quite literally. Like, I'm literally like, Like I already knocked something over earlier. Oh, yes. Oh my God, Kim. I totally. So if you guys actually even noticed, Kim's actually wearing my merch right now. Her shirt, little sun, it says Ebby Liynn. She told me that she was going to wear that before the show. And I was like, oh my God, yes. And I almost wore some of my own merch, but ultimately I was like, maybe for my first show, I was like, I'll wear BB stuff. But we're both wearing purple, which is really cute. Plot twist for the show, everyone's lying. You never know. But yeah, thank you so much for hopping in, Kim. I appreciate you taking me out on my first show. I love you, girl.
Love you too.
Alrighty. So who do you guys think is the liar? And for anyone that hopped in and has no idea what's going on, essentially, it's sort of like show and tell, and Two Truths and a Lie had a baby. So we had 3 guests, and they showed us, they told us their stories. All of them were stories about traveling, except one of them was literally just completely lying to your face. And it's up to you guys to figure it out who was the imposter. I'm going to give you a little bit of a debriefing on all the stories, so for anyone that missed. So first person we had was Top Badge Ben. Ben told us a story about essentially when he was younger, kind of like in the party. You know, he was 22, liked to party a lot. I'm probably going to reach that soon, and I kind of can't wait. Just got to wait for COVID to go over. Woo! You know, we're all young, you know, party people, right? The age. Oh, yeah. Oh, says, but you didn't even know the story, so let's go over the story, right? So basically, Ben was basically partying on this beach with friends, having a great time. Had to go to work though, but at the beach, there's he had to go over some bridges to get there. Had all this coffee right before this road trip though. It's like a 2-hour drive. He left 4 hours early kind of thing. So he's driving. And so it's basically a landmass, bridge, island, bridge, landmass. So he goes over one bridge, boom, done. Gets over to the second bridge, gets caught in all the traffic in the world, literally bumper to bumper traffic. Like I said, he had all this coffee right before. He had 6 cups of coffee. Had to pee so bad. But he literally had absolutely nowhere to go. He's on a bridge. Where's he gonna go? In front of all these people in their cars. So he gets a water bottle. He pees in the water bottle. But then he fills it up all the way, and then it just gets all over him, which sucked. And then he was late to work, and it was the joke at his workplace for a while. Yeah, no sugar, just black coffee. But that was Ben's story. So then we had Caitlin's story. So we're going to go over Caitlin's story. So essentially, Caitlin, unfortunately, her road trip wasn't as fun of a reason. Unfortunately, her grandfather had passed away. So her and her family, it was her son, who at the time was 4, her older sister, and her mom. And they're all on a road trip, just going through the countryside, just pew, on up to grandma's house, who, lives out in the country. And while driving, Caitlin's mom is a little meticulous. She likes to make sure everything's all good. She thought the tires were acting a little funky. They pull over to the side of the road, and she's checking stuff. And right as they're about to drive off again, this huge bear. We think it's a brown bear, black bear. Caitlin doesn't really remember. We've just been saying a brown bear. Just charges the car. Just bap. Goes at the car. They dash off. Pew! Peel off. Everybody was fine, but obviously that's something that you would remember. So then Kim's story, basically she decided she wanted to do an impromptu trip to go and surprise a friend. She had a lot of stuff happen though along the way. So first of all, when she was driving, she took some Greyhound buses down, which if anyone's taken a Greyhound bus, it's a lot. It's cheap, but it's a lot. So she's, driving all the way down, and she had this little girl. They were buddies. 5 years old, oh my god. So she had this really long trip, made buddies with like a little passenger. But even before she got on that bus, like she almost missed the bus because this dude, one of the workers there, was like, oh yeah, like your bag needs a tag. And she like ran all the way to go get this tag and literally almost missed the bus. And she told me that this happened. I think she forgot to put it in the story. But she said that when she got on the bus, everybody applauded her, which is like, yes. And it was like just a moment. Can you imagine? So then she drives, finally gets down, and she's with her friend, and yeah, they applauded. Honestly, that's a feel-good moment for me. So then she goes and she's with her friends, and it's those strict hotel rooms. First, there's like this weird vent in the room, and it's like got spraying ash, which is like kind of scary if you ask me. So she had to go stay in her friend's room. They only had one bed, so she slept on a chair. She made it work. She's a champ. And then the story just gets a little crazier from there. So at some point, she's heading back home. Finally, this big old donkey runs in front of the bus. Actually, it ran into the bus. Bus didn't hit the donkey. Donkey hit the bus. So basically, there was all that mess. And all of that was like what? I think it's in the span of like 4 days. So all these things happened in like the span of 4 days. So guys, one of those stories is fake. And I know all of them had like a good amount of details. Technically, yeah. Alright, so I didn't even think about that either. One of those stories is fake though. Whose story is fake? Only 1% maybe. Well, who do you believe, Santa? Dun 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 dun. I just kind of realized that too now that you brought it up. Well, I don't really. Who are you guys thinking is fake? Yeah, 2 of you guys have told true stories and 1 is fake. Names or numbers? Oh my goodness. This is really cool. Oh my god, this was literally the grunge. Made me really try to avoid this lawsuit. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but say that. Oh, okay, and the squirrel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ice Age. I love it. Don't we love it? I love that actually. Alright, I'm gonna turn in the gift audio again. Alright, you guys. Yeah, it's Scat. Alright, who do we think is the imposter? Was it Ben? Was it Kaylin? Was it Romeo Snowman is really cute? Or was it Kim? Oh my god, that's the cutest snowman in the world. Oh, I'm so torn. Who are you torn in between? What about you, Dario? Dario, you haven't officially said who you think it is or who it isn't. We're gonna do a final answer. Alright, you say Ben. Thank you, Romeo. Tally? Ooh. You think Ben is telling the truth? Oh, interesting. I don't know the answer at all. Don't look at me. I wouldn't know. Oh, also, I don't think dang, I'm new to this whole show thing. Guys, favorite Kim, by the way. Don't skip out on favoriting Kim. Favorite everybody that we had. Even Craig, who has not started his show, by the way. So right when I wrap up, in just a few, I want y'all to go over and hop on and show him some love. Show him some love. Even if it's just a, hey, I'm from Ebby show. Even if that's literally all you say, it'll probably make his entire night. From what Ben has. Okay. Alright, well, you guys. I think the crazy part of this is, like, I think all of you guys are wrong. There's only 3 people, but all of you guys believed one person, like, without a doubt, interestingly enough. So, Ben was telling the truth. I know. I dropped it. Y'all were like, oh, he is the liar. No, he was telling the truth. It happens. Yep, that actually happened to him. Now, actually, I need you guys to type the drum emoji with me. I can't be the only one drumming. We need some gusto in here. Guys, just type the drumming emoji, or I guess you can clap. You can drum or clap. Ben was like right on that emoji. Kim was also telling the truth. All that stuff happened to her. So what does that mean? That means Caitlyn was the imposter! And y'all believed her! She was so good at being the imposter. She was amazing at being the imposter. And I love that. Good job, Caitlyn. All right, and she's hopping back into talking about that a little bit.
With my grandpa actually did pass away. That part is not a lie. Then I did take a trip to Wisconsin, but the rest of the details of the story are pretty much fake.
Yeah,
so I didn't want you guys to think I'm a terrible person lying about somebody dying, because that part is actually true.
Yeah, but
don't take back your favorite Santa. Don't take it back. Don't take it back. But that part, okay, yeah, that part was technically, the rest of it was technically lies. So, yeah. Oh, but you guys, yeah, I mean, I feel like you're all a little bit suspect of all the stories, so I don't know. That was fun. That was fun, guys.
I think you
too, Rachel.
Like,
very, she had a donkey run into her bus. Are you serious? Was the brown bear for you? A donkey ran into her bus.
A donkey did run into her bus. That was true. All right. Wrong button. We have Ben in the top in. I think he wants to share a little bit about his true story.
All right. Bye, guys. Don't hate me just because I'm this freaking. You gotta. So, can I at least get like a round of applause for being a good storyteller? Like,
you're a great storyteller. Honestly, give her a round of applause for that, guys. Her story was very riveting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
See ya.
Hit her with a favorite, guys.
All right, Santa. Good.
Do that. Yeah. Caitlyn lied.
So some of this details were true, Daria, but most of the rest of them were they were exaggerations of the truth, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Bear, stop. You won't be charge your car.
It won't be the last time you see me.
All right, we got Ben back in the box.
Go. It won't be the last time. Like, oh, there she goes. I just wanted to say congratulations on your first show. Honestly, I'm so happy we could be part of it. Thank everybody for showing up, by the way. Everybody who gifted, everybody that, enjoyed having the time with us.
Holy smokes, we're at a 25K stream.
Miss Ebby Liynn, make sure you guys favorite her, okay? I love you guys. I'm getting out of the box now. Stay beautiful.
Ben, thank you. Alrighty, and then Kim's last words.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh my god, of course. Thank you so much for being part of the show. I'm really, really, really glad. Because you actually had a really cool story. You had the craziest things happen in those 4 days.
Oh, yeah.
And I tried my best to summarize them, but it was so much.
Yes. And Santa's lurker, yes, the donkey.
Yep. I think everyone was like, what? A donkey? Donkey? You're like, yes, there was a donkey.
There was a donkey.
Alrighty, but yeah, I just want to say a super special thank you for hopping in.
Of
And
course.
honestly, all you guys, again, guys, favorite Kim. Kim, when do you mostly go live in the evenings? You don't go live a lot, but you go live.
I go live mostly in the mornings, but I also have a show on Saturdays, but it's after the holidays. It's starting back up January 9th. I interview talent from the performing and creative arts industry, and they also have options to showcase their talents through performances.
And what times is that at?
It's Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
So
It's called
same
Talent
time as except on a Saturday instead of a Monday.
Yes.
Well, that's awesome. All right. Well, you guys, that basically wraps up our show. So thank you again so much for hopping in. I appreciate you, Kim, and I appreciate the support on my first show.
Of course.
But yeah, that's essentially really it. And I just want to say like a special I just want to say like a special thank you to a lot of my family members that hopped in here. Actually, all of my family members that have this app hopped in here. Almost all of them. My dad, my older sister, my younger sister, and my brother. He didn't say anything, but he hopped in here. So that was really cool. I'm coming back with more favor. Thank you guys. Oh yeah, honestly, now even if I could take like a bit of feedback time, because like I honestly didn't plan to have my show last for like 8:30, but where's Mac? Oh, she was in here as well. My older brother, he streams on Twitch, and he actually does a lot of charity fundraisers, which like I would love to do, except just through Meet Me. He does like a charity called like Extra Life. Yep, he did come in. He, like I said, he didn't say anything. I just saw his name pop up. So I think he just like hopped in. I don't know if he's lurking or what, but he might be streaming right now actually. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up in just a second. But if I could get like honest like feedback, maybe I'll end my live and restart it to get feedback. I don't really know how I should do that, but what do you guys think? Do that? You think I should do that? It'd be best to do that? Okay. Maybe I'll do that then. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys all so much for hopping in, hanging out. I'm planning on having my show. Yeah, I know I'm not on analytics, but maybe I'll just spend the next like couple minutes. I'll just get off at like 8:30. But yeah, huge shout out to Caitlin, Ben, and Kim. Thank you guys. Seriously, I appreciate y'all so much. But yeah, so just give me confidence about my show. Oh, I'm glad. But yeah, Caitlin, plug your show time and date down below. Please do. Again, guys, please favorite everybody. And y'all favorite my gifters too. That was so sweet. I literally cannot believe on a Monday we're at like a 25K week. Yeah. My heart, my soul. Thank you for the favorite. Shoot, having this show on Monday was a good idea. Got this educated. But yeah, so this is gonna be our schedule, guys. Monday at 7 p.m. They were all sus. Yeah, but to start, I definitely wanted to have people on the show that like I know like really, really good and that I know are fine and comfortable being on the camera. Later down the road, I think I'm obviously like you guys, if you're interested can definitely be a part of the show as well. As it expands, as we grow, if this ever becomes like an actual official show, oh yeah, English is hard. It is hard. So it's Get a Clue with Caitlin, December 28th at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a murder and mystery. Thank you for the favorite. But yeah, speaking into existence, when it becomes a show. Oh yeah, when it becomes a show. Also, Santa, I'm gonna hit you with a favorite because it was really, 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 really sweet of you to hang out here all day. I really, well, no, all the whole stream. You were one of like the viewers that stood out to me, like constantly commenting. A lot of you guys did. I have a lot of you guys favorited already though. Actually, I have almost everybody here favorited. Yeah, thank you guys all so much for hopping in and all the love. I appreciate it. That was crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. I lost my marbles when I got that. What was that called? A Christmas castle? That was insane. Goodness. But yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. I drew out. This was a Christmas palace. Yeah, this was really good practice. I think that my shows are likely gonna be about an hour to an hour and a half. I definitely don't think. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. I want to hear it sound so bad. I definitely don't think. Oh, let me turn on gift audio again. Oh, I already did. I was already on that. I was like, I want to hear. Yeah, so someone just like send another one. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. No. Thank you for the sun and the fave. No, I'm good. Dario, chill. Dario's my hype man. He always just hypes everything. It's funny. But yeah, just huge shout out to you guys for being here. Remember the unicorn? I will always remember that. Galen is done. It's funny because like no one suspected her, which I think is hilarious. She was a good storyteller though. She was really good at that. She got all those details. But yeah, so I'm just kind of making this as like the bear gave it away. The bear gave it away to the red one every Among Us game. Oh snap. There was a bear though. She actually did have a bear experience. It just ran in front of the road. It didn't like charge him. Oh my goodness. Wheels. It was the eye contact for me. You guys are funny. Thank you. I love this. But anyways, you guys, we're gonna call it a night. I'm so fidgety. By the way, remember, I don't know if you guys remember that thing that I knocked over. I had you guys propped up on like a thing, and I spilled all these markers. A little crime scene down there. Yeah, so that happened. Oh well, we're getting the hang of this, but I'm projecting that my shows probably will be between like an hour and a half. Because the difficult thing that my first show behind the scenes, I know, but anyways, you guys. Right now, I know that Zen is live, and she's an actual, like, banner show, so make sure to go check her out. And also, please, please, please do me a big favor. Swing by Craig's live. Just type in Craig. He'll pop right up. I think his username's, like, Craig Buck. But if you type Craig, he should pop up. And he's doing a show now with freaking Craig. Oh, yeah. MF. I should have said MF. I just got a little too excited there. But just give Craig a search. No, you're good. That was me. So just search up Craig, even if it's just be like, Fun Ebby Show. Let's all just like go in there and flood him. All right. But much love, you guys. Thank you guys all so much for hopping into my first show. It means the world to me. All right. Bye, guys. Oh, thank you for the follows. Thank you, guys. Bye. Thank you guys. Okay, bye now.